We got some bonus Monday and Tuesday football this week. So we're going to give you a little bonus hot read action here, give you some preview coming up for those games. Though, let's be fair, we postponed these games to find out more info and see who's going to start. We haven't learned a whole lot yet. So first game, Monday afternoon, before the Monday Night Football game, Raiders at Browns. The Browns right now are -3. That line surely can move around a little bit. I assume Monday morning, after you listen to this, we're going to get some information. We don't know who's playing quarterback for the Browns yet. We don't know who's playing anything for the Browns. We're still missing like 11 of the 22 starters. So do you have any insights on this game? Is there an angle that you have based on what we do know right now?
Look, Darren Waller's out, and that's big for the Raiders. But when you look at the other side of the field, look, the Browns could be potentially missing everybody. We don't know if Baker Mayfield's playing. Last week, the Browns had 18 total players on the COVID list. They had the left tackle, right tackle, tight end. You got wide receivers. You have so many guys missing for the Browns that's why this line actually shot up. The Browns actually opened up as 6.5-point favorites. The line flipped back. They're actually 3-point favorites at this point. But at one point, they were 3.5-point underdogs. But, I think that line implies that we're going to see some of these guys come back. But we're not quite sure who's going to be coming back, who's going to be in the lineup, who's not. But I think if you can get Jedrick Willis come back, you can get Wyatt Teller coming back, you get those guys coming back, I think you're in a good place to probably lay points with the Browns, especially if you were one of the lucky ones who actually took points with the Raiders. I actually took some points with the Raiders. So you had guys setting up a middle earlier, but I think 3 is probably the number where you want to start looking towards the Browns, especially with the way this Raiders offense has been playing. Outside of the game against the Cowboys, they really have struggled to score. And obviously, John Gruden was their offensive guru as far as calling plays. So this team hasn't really been the same since then. Obviously, losing Henry Ruggs, having no Waller in the lineup is tough. So I think you got to be looking Browns here.
So I wrote the preview for this one. You and I had we had to flip coin to see who was going to get the previews. And I lucked into the Browns Raiders, bouncing all over the place all week. So if you check when you listen to this Monday morning, you check on theactionnetwork.com. I'll have a brief update for you there. Here's the angle that I like in this game. The Browns all season have been fantastic in the first quarter. Baker Mayfield has been a top 3 EPA quarterback first quarter. The offense has been very good early downs and early quarter. The Raiders have been a terrible early team. Derek Carr only ahead of Zach Wilson in EPA in the first quarter. So flip the game. Now go to the fourth quarter. If it's Baker, Baker is 30th out of 30 quarterbacks in EPA in the fourth quarter. The Raiders are top 5 EPA offense in the fourth quarter. So the Browns are favored now. They're probably going to be favored when this starts. I'm going to wait and I'm going to live bet if I actually feel like I have a feel for who's playing, because now we'll see who's actually on the field. I'm gonna treat this like I do with the Vikings and Bears. I'm gonna assume we get maybe a Browns lead, and like you've talked about, when the team is favored, they don't quite adjust the live action often enough if the underdog has a chance. So I'm gonna look to live bet the Raiders past the 3, maybe get me back toward that touchdown. You and I talked last week. We thought about taking the Raiders before all this mess at 6.5 underdogs, and we were hoping they might get to 7. So if I can get something close to that range again, even with the Browns missing some of their guys, that I think I'm going to look for that live action and play the Raiders to cover, maybe even take a Raiders money line just because they've been so much better late in games if it's close.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that at all. Obviously, I do think the number kind of lends itself towards saying that a lot of these guys from the Browns are going to come back. So obviously, you got to wait on that. But we were looking at the Raiders last week. If you can get them at that original number, it's probably not a bad play at all.